So you guys, we have a curious dwarf came in hand. She is about 3 years old. I'm going to talk about her head, body and tail. All right, so we can make this we can make this a bit fast. You see this part right there? That's her ear, and you can see the big brown eyes, and at the tip she has a nostril. So this range is what you would generally see when you see a crab. Just the eyes, the ears and the nostril outside the water. The rest of the body is completely immersed in water, and people get really surprised to see, oh, this is how it is. Okay, so now the second part, the scales on the body. You see, they are like really hard plates that they have, and they are used for two reasons. One, they act like an armor protecting themselves from other predators, and also these are cold-blooded animals. They have to regulate their own body temperature, which means they act like, for example, having a solar panel on back, that helps them absorb sunlight and regulate their body temperature. That's how it is.
Wow, you know what that thing? Going down. What? We are under two sharks which are going to together. No. We can cover it. Just look up, everybody look up. Yeah, I saw. We are under two sharks. Huh? I didn't see. Oh my God.
The head comes out. There we go. It's taking a little. Look at the size of these turtles. They're just they're just that much. They just hatched, but as they grow older, they can get really big, way bigger than. Hi, I'm Steffi John, working as an education officer at the Madras Crocodile Bank. It's a reptile zoo. So my passion towards wildlife started when I saw Steve Irwin in Animal Planet and Discovery Channel. It's the way he spoke about animals is what got me hooked. Right? He's an amazing educator, and today my work here involves doing a lot of education programs for general public, school, college students, building curriculums and conducting tailored programs. So I enjoy every day. I get to learn from them, and I know a lot of interaction happens on what do they think of reptiles, why do they think so and so. And during the pandemic, we also did virtual programs. So we have to bring animals up close and talk about them and talk about their behavior, habitat that is necessary. So we thought after we are all evolving towards the virtual side right now. So how can we elevate this? How can we make our programs even more interesting is when the VR idea came in, so virtual reality. And we decided that we would like to do this for government school children. Reason is not all schools get the opportunity to come to a zoo and see and learn about things. So we decided we would take the zoo to them through a VR with 360-degree movies. So it's like a mobile zoo, and they get to wear the VR kits and experience animals up close. Imagine when you can see an Asian water monitor flicking its tongue right to your face, and it also makes education even more accurate. Like I can stop the video and make them see the forked tongue they have and talk about it a little bit, right? So, and we will be the first Indian zoo to do it. And the reason we have to do these programs is, in the long term, I hope and I believe that somewhere some curiosity would be triggered into these children, and they start developing empathy towards these animals, so that maybe they would get to choose a career in conservation towards research or education or animal husbandry, anything it can be, but something towards the betterment of wildlife. I would like to have amazing education programs at the Croc Bank. Being a zoo, these animals represent their kind in the wild, so it's important to have an amazing program where people can come and learn about them. A more fun way of education, very interactive and fun, so people don't think it's a burden to come and learn during their vacation time. It should be something that they want to do it, even during their vacation. And I'm also the South Asian representative for the International Zoo Educators Association, which means that I would get in contact with a lot of zoo educators in India, Sri Lanka, Nepal. So we would get to talk about what kind of programs would work, what would not, and also the goal for me is to bring a lot of people into this membership. So we would have a zoo educators group, well-formed zoo educators group, so we can help each other out and have each other's back during certain issues on how to handle certain situations when it comes to program, or how to develop a curriculum. All these talks would be on the go. During the pandemic, we were completely taken care by the people. That's all, because we had a lot of donation coming in and a lot of adoption, like enclosure adoption happened, where they took care of the animals, food, maintenance, any enclosure improvement. So it was completely taken care by people, and we raised a decent amount to it, and it made us realize, like, even during crisis like this, people do take a lot of effort to care about these reptiles, and not just them, they also took care of us, the employees. So during the pandemic, it made us realize how blessed we are, and the amount of love that people showed us was amazing. So I work here 9 to 6. It depends. The amount of time I work with animals and people varies based on my programs. Sometimes it will be 50-50, sometimes it will be 60% with animals and 40% with people, or the other way around. It completely depends on the programs that I have. And one of the things that I found it very interesting was during the pandemic, we were closed for 8 months and we didn't have any programs. We couldn't have any programs, and when we reopened, there is one for the feeding program for the mother crocodiles. Then thank you everyone, thank you for your support, welcome to Madras Crocodile Bank. So after 8 months, we are starting this program again, and I'm saying this, you won't believe all the crocodiles were walking towards. So I understood that they remember this sound. For 8 months, nothing. And after 8 months, all of a sudden I'm speaking this, and they were able to remember that sound and come towards, because they know after this, it's going to be a feeding program. They're going to get food. So I was pretty surprised. I stopped my talk in the middle and I was just staring and smiling at them, because I didn't know they can remember this much. And a lot of crocodiles here do respond to names, and they can understand certain commands too. So that's pretty interesting for a crocodile to remember, right? These scales are really sharp. When they do that, it can really hurt the other animal, right? But now, even though how strong and hard they are on the top, the lower side of the body is super soft. So now, let's say, for example, a predator catches them, they flip them and start eating them.